So you mean tell me an Atlanta bus driver is shot 8 times to his death over $2.50? I mean, make it make sense, y'all. So you telling me you left your wife and kids at home this morning. You went to work as an Atlanta bus driver, and when three jits come on the bus and decide they're not going to pay $2.50, that you felt like it was worth, number one, risking your life, number two, risking your job, number three, risking your family. And y'all, I didn't really want to do this video, but in situations involving authorities and guns, we feel like we got to show how tough we are, and we got to up our hood and all of that there. And we got to make sure we got our street cred on deck and on diesel. Well, this is the flip side. Here you are, a bus driver, getting paid by the hour to drive people from one place to another. There's a company policy telling you exactly how to handle situations when they get out of hand. And everybody knows that if you're a bus driver long enough, you're going to be dealing with somebody who's not going to want to pay. This is why Uber and Lyft and all of these ride sharing companies get paid up front. And they get paid by debit card, because it's just a matter of time before somebody's going to come in your vehicle and decide they don't want to pay you today. Well, this bus driver decides he's going to get his behind out of his bus and go up and get in the face of these young jits, putting his hand in people's face, talking a whole bunch of trash. I'll be honest, all of this is alleged. I don't know what was said, because the video that I watched, as it was shown to me, there was no audio. So I can't tell you what was said, but I could see he decides he's going to put his hands in somebody's face, get up in somebody's face, boast and act in an assaulting manner, as if he is going to physically fight these youngsters over bus fare, when there are probably people on the bus waiting to go to work, coming home from work, trying to get on with their lives. But they got this drama out there with the professional bus driver trying to prove how tough he is and can get this money for the bus company, when it's clearly stated in the company's bylaws that as a bus driver, you are not to aggress anybody. Okay? But you would think, because you got a wife and kids at home, that you wouldn't want to aggress anybody. And my issue is with black people feeling so obligated to show how tough we are. Now, I can't say for certain that this is what the intentions of this individual was. But from my vantage point, you were given instructions from the company. And apparently in Atlanta, this happens a lot, because they've had several bus drivers quit because the passengers come on and they threaten their lives and they do all of this stuff, which means that anybody who's continuing to work for, the MARTA or whatever the bus system is in Atlanta, they probably know that this is, the way it goes. They know that this is coming. But my thing is, if you know that there are crazy people getting on your bus and you got a wife and kids at home, seems like to me you would do anything in your power to de-escalate the situation, which is what I'm getting at. The company has a de-escalation policy, not an escalation policy. One guy, black guy, got fired recently for swinging on a customer, a bus passenger who swung on him. Now, don't get me wrong. You should be able to defend yourself. You should not have to take any crap. You should not have to be disrespected and diminished as a human being just to do your job. But you got to understand, you're there to do a job. And what I don't like is it's not this isolated situation that's so much an issue for me. It's the consistency that anytime our brothers that come from the hood or whatever, or have one leg in the hood and one foot out, seem to find it super important to put their lives on the line to show how tough they are, and that that this method of getting respect is how they want to live their lives, even when they move on to do better things. So this is consistent in the black community, that whether you're a professional actor, whether you're a successful celebrity, whether you're a successful athlete, whether you're a successful everyday middle-class employee, we still feel like we got to prove our street cred when we're in situations where a gun might be involved, or where there's someone confronting us regarding some professional situation. And it is so sad that this man shot 8 times. Now, his life is gone. The young boys' lives are ruined. And when I first started watching the video, I couldn't hear what was being said, but my first thought was $2.50. First of all, looking back on it, he would have come out better paying everybody's bus fare. He would have come out better saying to these guys, here, I'm going to give you $2.50 each. Here's your bus fare. Don't come back on my bus without your money. And even if you do, I'm not going to risk my life fighting with you over it. I'll go and follow the handbook and go to my superior, report the incident, and let them involve the authorities to get this situation nipped in the bud. Now the man has lost his life over $2.50. And tell me, folks, tell me, put it in the comments. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Now, mind you, I'm sure some disrespectful things were said. These bus drivers get disrespected all the time, just like the cab drivers, just like, workers all in every industry get disrespected. When you're a service worker, you're likely to run into people who are just having a bad day, who feel like they have a bad life, and they want nothing but to level the playing field by making you feel as bad as they feel. So this happens every day. But you tell me, was $2.50 worth a man's life just to show that you're not going to talk to him any kind of way, whether he's on his job or not? And it goes back to, it makes me think about the Will Smith situation when he slapped Chris Rock. I'm telling you, it does not matter. There is something wrong with the psyche of black men in America. And I'm not going to just leave it there. There's something wrong with the psyche of black people across the board. Not everybody, but a large enough group of our black people in America are so caught up in their imagination and so caught up in artificial respect, trying to find some way to get respect from other people concerning more about how they look than how they're living, that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It makes me think about Will Smith. The man is at the height of his career as an actor. This man started out as a rapper, not even an actor, okay? If anything, he was acting like a rapper. This man made it to the height of the acting industry. Nobody bigger than Will Smith at the time when he was about to receive an Oscar, and under the most professional circumstances an actor could have. This black man decided that my street cred is more important than my livelihood, than my family, than my life, than the life of this individual that I'm about to humiliate and disrespect. We got to do something about this. And I made this video because I want to know who feels me on this. What can we do? What can we do? It can't just be me seeing this. If you got anything out of this video, or if you got anything to say about this video, please leave it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. See you on the next video. Peace.